Hi everyone, my name is Anastasia.
And my name is Marina.
And we are with OWOX BI. So today we are going to talk about cohort analysis. First of all, you will have all the information or presentation and templates after webinar in your email. We will send it to you so you could just know all this information and to read it again. And you have chat, so you can ask your questions. And first of all, you can write us what are your challenges and goals in watching this webinar. It will be great to read your answers. So let's start and let's go to the presentation. Okay, so today's topic is cohort analysis, and now let us introduce our company. OWOX implement Google Analytics 360 suite in Google BigQuery. We develop OWOX BI services, and our competence recognized by our clients. I think some of them you could know. Today's agenda is to answer the question, what is cohort analysis and why is it needed? The cohort report in Google Analytics, cohort reports in other services, and the cohort report in Google Sheets. So first question is, what is cohort analysis and why is it needed? In order to understand what is cohort analysis, let's define what is in principle a cohort. Cohort is a group of users who have performed a certain action at one time. For example, first visited the site on the 1st of June or made the first transaction in September. The idea of a cohort analysis is to clip the user into groups according to certain characteristics and to monitor the behavior of these groups in time. Cohort analysis can be used in different areas. So, talking about business analytics, it will help to calculate retention rate and effectively keep users. It allows you to forecast lifetime value and work on improving this indicator. Talking about marketing, cohort analysis allows you to more accurately assess the returns of advertising channels, especially for industries with deferred conversion. For example, a business owner advertises in a social network. A month later, ROI is 50%. At first glance, the channel is inefficient, but in fact, not all of the interacted users manage to make a purchase. And if you try to check the data about revenue later, for example, in a month, you will see how ROI can change. It could be about 100. So, cohort analysis measures the number of users who returned to the site, customers who made repeated orders, conversions, etc. Okay, the next one is talking about mobile app analytics. It takes a separate place, helps to evaluate the retention rate of users depending on the version of the application. Talking about product development, it helps you to understand how we are doing with our improvement and product and user experience. Talking about optimization of business processes. For example, analysis of the employee's influence, call center manager, etc. on sales. For cohort analysis, it is important to choose correctly the time interval over which a cohort will be built, day, month, week. The main action by which the cohort will be collected, first visit, registration, first purchase, etc., must be chosen based on what goals you set and what indicators you want to analyze. For example, in order to retain users and calculate the retention rate, cohorts can be formed by first visiting the site or registering or installing the application. To determine lifetime value, cohorts are created by the time of purchase. But this doesn't mean that there can be only one sign of forming a cohort. You can use absolutely any conditions for forming cohorts. It can depend on your needs. For example, users who were registered in July and made their first purchase in July, etc. In addition, you need to choose the reporting period during which each cohort will be examined. Thus, a cohort analysis will help you to understand how key metrics, lifetime value and cost per action, etc., change over time in a single cohort. So, cohort analysis can be used to answer following questions. So, the main question is to discover whether or not your brand needs to invest more in its customer retention strategy. You could group a cohort by the week, month they were first acquired, and then measure the revenue made from that group over the following 6 or 12 months. You can use cohort analysis to monitor performance of your marketing campaigns over time and to see which seem to convert the most leads into customers and in what time frame. It can help you to answer the question, when is the best time to re-engage with your users? When is the best time for remarketing? Or what is the rate of acquisition of new users to maintain your up conversion rate? Here you can see also useful links. You also, these links will be available for you after this presentation. And here you can see some cases where our clients make their received good results using cohort analysis. So, Marina, the flow is yours.
Okay, so we'll look at Cohortporte in Google Analytics. First of all, it's beta. So we know it's not the final view of this report, because now we have not so many dimensions and metrics to use in this report. The first is cohort type. At the moment, we have only acquisition date, so we can group people, visitors, by the date of their first visit. And it's okay for the retention rate. But if you want to look at LTV, I think that you would like to use date of first purchase. Next, cohort size. Here you can specify the time frame for each cohort. You can choose day, week, or month. It would really depend on time and characteristics of your business. For example, the content project, for content project, it could be day, because new content appears each day. And for a cosmetics company with monthly catalog, it should be month. The next step is metric. You should choose the main metric you will look at. It could be revenue or retention rate or even session duration per user. And it depends on your goals too, as previously mentioned. And the last is date range. Here you can select different date ranges. This parameter will depend on the size of your cohort. For example, if you select by day option in the cohort size field, your data ranges will be 7, 14, 21, or 30 days. And for months cohort, it could be 1, 2, or 3 months. Okay, go to the report. So now in your GA account, you can select all parameters and look at your report for your site. This table on slide shows your retention rate for week cohorts. And as you can understand, the dark color will tell you the most high values, and you can make decision according to this table. The next thing is disadvantages. Why GA Cohortporte is not so good? First, one cohort type. So, cohort can be created only by the date of the first visit, and I told you previously why it could be not enough. Then, You can select only one metric for your analysis, but sometimes it's really effective to see retention rate and LTV together. Then, limited date range selection. For example, for a cohort size by months, it is possible to select maximum 3 months, but sometimes you want to see 6 months or even year. And in standard J report, we don't have opportunity to filter data by different parameters, source or traffic channel. Of course, you can use segments, but it's not so best and comfortable way to work with this report. And what if we want to look only at mobile users or users from certain city? So we don't have such opportunity. Guys, are there any questions? Okay, we have one question.
Okay, so the question is, do you use cohort analysis for creating look-back window for marketing lists? So yes, sure, cohort analysis can help you to understand for which segment of users and in which period you should trigger your marketing.
Yeah, and then you can send this information to your advertising partner and create such lists and advertising. And the next part of our webinar is Cohortporte in other services. We want to say a few words, just a few words. First, Apps Flyer. Here you see a small demo. It has more settings than GA report, but only works for mobile apps. So you can't build this report for desktop users. Then Mixpanel looks interesting, but has no any filters too. Then Tune, the same thing as Apps Flyer, only for apps. Kissmetrics, many settings, looks great, but you have to pay for this product first. It's not free. Then you will have a lot of reports and cohort reports too. And what we want to say that we have another solution, and I hope Anastasia will tell you a lot about this.
Sure. So, of course, you can use Google Analytics or other services to work with cohort analysis. But how to work with all these limits that you receive while using them? We are always trying to offer our clients customized decisions. It means that it will be as flexible to work with as you need, and it will have all filters and won't have date range limits. First one, and the most simple one, is to build cohort analysis in Google Sheets. But how to get all necessary data in Google Sheets? Here you can see the main scheme. So what we see here, date from site should be sent to Google Analytics. After, we should send this data to Google BigQuery. There are few ways to do it. First one is use Standard Export. It's available for GA360 clients. The next one is use OWOX BI pipelines, or you can use your custom decision. After that, you should import costs from non-Google campaigns. You can also use OWOX BI pipelines to do this. If you want, you also can import orders from your CRM to Google BigQuery. If you need any help with any of these steps, you can contact us using question@owox.com. So after gathering data in Google BigQuery, you can work with it using SQL queries. If you want to build cohort in Google Sheets, you need to prepare the data in the correct structure. Here you can see an example query to get all necessary data from BigQuery. after running this query, you will receive the following data. To download results in your query into Google Sheets, you can use our free extension for Google Sheets OWOX BI BigQuery Reports add-on. This extension allows you to work with BigQuery data directly in the Google Sheets. So let's try it in Google Sheets. So first of all, you should switch on this extension in Chrome browser. After that, you can find it here: add-ons, OWOX BI BigQuery reports, and here you could add new report or edit current report. Also, you can run your reports automatically using schedule function. So on the list example, we already have all necessary data in perfect structure. In column A, we have the week when users made the registration. In column B, we have the following weeks. In column C, we have the count of purchases between B and A columns. For example, in cell 11, we have 16 purchases. It means that users who have been registered on week 31 have done 16 purchases on week 40. And if you will sum up all the cells from C2 to C11, you will receive a count of purchases that were made by clients who have been registered in 31st week and made their purchases in period from 31st to 40th week. So what we have after implementing this cohort analysis, we can build pivot table and receive our cohort report. It will be the first and the easiest way to build it. It works good with reports where you do not have to use filters and analyze one or more metrics. So on the list pivot 1, you can see the cohort analysis based on data from example list. First thing, on the left-hand column, we are grouping users by their registration day. And in the rows, we see how many purchases were made by people who came on the site and how many come back and make new purchases. Comparing different cohorts at the same stage in their life cycle, we can see what % of people in cohort are coming back to the site after 1 week and so on. Analyzing this chart, the darker color, the better result. So we can see that users who have registered on 31st week are buying less than users who were registered on 32nd week. So it means that something were strange, or we should understand what was improved in our product on 31st week, and we receive better result next week. This chart have two main benefits. First one is that we can compare different cohorts at the same stage of their life cycle. And the next one is that we can analyze the long-term relationship of our users. What does it mean? It means that we can answer the question how long people are coming back to the site. So, do you have any other questions? Okay, I see that you already have the answer. So, let's go, Marina.
Let's go to the presentation. Okay. I think that for now it looks very simple, isn't it? And if you also think so, here we have some slides for you. It's Geeks part. We have another way to build this report. We can use formulas. And you can see these formulas at our slide. You will have almost the same report as in first variant with pivot table. But we have another reason to use formulas here. We will have opportunity to filter data by additional parameters. For example, by sources and traffic channels or by country, formulas will help you. So, first, you should have this additional parameter in your data, in your perfect structure, like an example list. Then you have to use another formulas. You can see it here at this slide. So here, information from the cells will be used to create new report. And then we have one more opportunity to create a cohort report in Google Sheets. Okay, now it's a report using formulas. You can see here source medium cell and campaign cell, so you can filter your data and receive the needed information. And you can see on second table that you can use not only one metric, but 3. Okay, what about the next variant? It's using app script. To connect a script to a table, you must run tools and then script editor, then activate the BigQuery API and the Google Sheets API. And then, using script, you can create a menu on the Google Sheets toolbar to self-launch calculation, create cells that will be used as filters, enter the required value into cells, fulfill request to BigQuery, access query result data, format cells, and much more. Here you can see how your script could be look like, and at the next slide we have a report. You can see it looks a little different from report that uses formula. You can input the value of your filters in the cells and then receive the needed information here in Google Sheets. And I want to remind you that you will have all links to script template in this presentation after the webinar. Okay, I see that we don't have any questions for now, but you still have a time to write your questions. Okay, guys. Now it's the end of our cohort journey. We have comparison table with all 3 methods. You can see that pivot table is the best way to start. It's really simple to create. But if we are talking about additional filtering data and customization, you should think about other variants like using formulas or using app script. But you will need additional information or maybe even additional specialist to help you with this.
Okay, maybe you have any other questions? We are ready to answer you. And if you will have questions after the webinar, you can write them to mail@owox.com and we will help you with pleasure. So thank you for your time. First of all, we were happy to help you. I hope we will help you to understand what is cohort analysis. So okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.